Today we have with us State Representative Tom Mert. Tom was elected to serve the people of the 152nd District in 2006. He has been appointed to the Veteran Affairs and Emergency Preparedness, Education, and Urban Affairs Committee, on which he serves as Republican Chairman of the Subcommittee on First-Class Cities and Counties. Representative Mert has served in the United States Army Reserve since 1990. He was called into active duty in 2003 and served in Iraq with the Army's elite 4th Infantry Division. For his service in Iraq, Representative Mert has been nominated for the Army Commendation Medal and the Humanitarian Service Medal. During his 14th month in Iraq, he wrote of his experience in a featured column, Voice of Iraq, which appeared weekly in the Montgomery County newspapers. Representative Mert continues to serve in the Army Reserves as a staff sergeant for the 656 Area Support Group. And that's just part of the biography from his website. Representative Mert fights tirelessly for our military and our veterans, and we are honored to have him here with us today. Please welcome Pennsylvania State Representative Tom Mert.
Good morning, and thank you very much for inviting me here today. I can only imagine how much work and how much effort went into coordinating. In the military, we call this logistics. Going into coordinating today's activities and bringing together all these supplies and these provisions and putting them together. Can we give Patty Lewis a round of applause? I also want to draw everybody's attention to the fact that in preparation for today, I knew there would be a lot of Marines here, so I got a military regulation haircut. Yeah. So, I also want to recognize the young Marines that are here today. We frequently have veterans programs for the veterans in our legislative district, and we always invite the young Marines to participate and to welcome our veterans, and they do a great job, and I want to recognize them and thank them for their service. As Patty mentioned, I did serve in Iraq. I was in Iraq for over a year, 2003 and 2004. I was an Army reservist called active duty. It was a very, very difficult tour. I was there in the beginning of the war, and I was 44 years old at the time, so I was not young. I guess it depends who you talk to. I didn't feel young at the time, but it was a very, very difficult time. And as you might imagine, I think one of the most difficult aspects of that tour of duty are the holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas. You're not with your family. You're worrying about your own safety. You're worrying about your family. And fortunately, you know, you depend on your fellow soldiers and your Marines and your sailors and fellow airmen to get you through it. And they were very, very difficult times. But the care packages that we receive, such as the ones that you're going to be making up today, really do a great job of reminding our Marines and reminding our men and women in uniform, especially those in Iraq and Afghanistan, that people back here, regardless how anybody feels about the war, never ever should we forget our men and women in uniform. And I know that that is a very painful lesson that we learned from our experience in Vietnam. And but believe me when I tell you that our men and women in uniform, most especially our Marines, do appreciate everything that you and your families do. And the last thing I want to tell you is that I know the main focus is on Marines today. And I think that's appropriate. And one of the reasons is that my tour in Iraq was a little bit over a year. But for any of the Marines over there with whom I served, I was stationed in Tikrit, Saddam's hometown. Their tour was 18 months. So I was getting off easy with 12 months, and they were there for 18 months. 18 months of being in combat, sometimes every day, sometimes every week. The stress of being in a combat situation, as well as the separation from your family, is very, very hard. So thank you very much for everything you do for our men and women in uniform. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless the men and women that serve our nation. Thank you.